honestly one of the best things you could do. It's one of the best things I think we've done, having both retired from sport now. And there's an element of, oh well, I can do my own stuff. Like I know how to train, I can go to the gym, I can do this. But the benefit of having like yourself have a long-term plan that you can just, for us, trust that and execute it and see the results is massive. I'd go into the gym, I didn't want to be there for more than half an hour. I'd do minimum enough just to kind of stay sane, and and then that fluctuated between doing a bit of gym work. I'm going to go on the rower a few times a week for a month. I'm going to do a bit of running. Okay, right, I'm going to run as hard as I can and do the 5K, and then that's that. I'll maybe try that again in a couple of days. I'll do another 5K and see what I want to get a really good time. Let's do it again. And like just having no concept of like how to structure any sort of running stuff and just being keen to go hard in every session sort of thing. I want to compete. I want to work towards a goal, want to do something to make improvements to then try and compete in something. And that when we decided around like, right, let's do high rocks, right? Well, we didn't want to, right, let's just do our own thing and then turn up and try and do it. We're like, right, let's do it properly, have a plan, commit to it. I think we've just got so much more enjoyment out the back of it than had we just ticked along and done a bit here and there. So the first week of training that we did, I was like, okay, we weren't training, we weren't actually training. I wasn't actually training to the level that I need to be or can be, or so the decision to kind of come on board and with yourself was like, right, let's structure this a bit more and get a bit more out of what we're doing, because there was no long-term planning in the training that I was doing. It was almost, right, what are we going to do today? Right, we can do that. I wasn't having to commit a lot more time to it. It was just like the sessions were slotted in, around, work and family commitments and stuff. It was just being much more deliberate about it. Surprised at how well the strength is kind of pushed as well, like lower body strength and upper body strength, like getting back towards levels where I was when I was training full time sort of thing. So that's been a real positive, and something that I didn't probably expect, given the amount of running volume, the change in the running volume that I was doing. So I feel it's counterintuitive that, right, if I structure my day and really fill it out and block it out, that sounds like that's going to be way too much and I'll not have time for anything else. But it actually gives you more time because you know that, right, that's my time to do this. And then when you do have your free time, I tend to use it a bit better, and make more of it than sort of everything just, like I say, blending into one. So sort of thing that's already dealt with. So you know that when you're at work or you're with the kids or you're with family, then that's what you're doing. So it kind of separates those things like nicely, instead of a kind of, as I say, wandering around, I need to get a session done, but I need to do this just now. And that just takes that kind of mental load away from it, which is good. There's so many more benefits than just getting fitter, getting stronger. It kind of, for us anyway, it's bled into everything else. And honestly, one of the best things you could do. It's one of the best things I think we've done,